This is John from Racimoto. I'm here with the new Ultra B. Now, when I did my first videos, one of the criticisms I had was that it didn't have any regen. So we'd only just got the bike. We had Chinese manuals. We couldn't read it. But what we've discovered is there's quite a few settings that you can change that improve the bike's overall handling and basically usefulness. So one of the things is you can adjust the regen not only on the brakes but on the coasting mode. There's also a function where you can turn off your tilt. In other words, if your wheel standing too far or if you lay the bike over, it will cut, so you can get rid of that. You can turn on and off your brake cuts. You can also adjust your throttle settings. You can do some analysis on the bike, and also you can adjust your charge settings. So what I'd like to do quickly is show you how you do this. So the trick is you've got to have your bike on and you need to stand down. What you do is you've got your ASR button on the right and your your ASR button on your left and your ready button on the right. Press them both in and hold them for a while. Notice that this changes to B. Now B is your brake setting. If I hit that again, E is for coast, A is for your traction control, P is for brake cuts on and off, C is for tilt if you fall over or you tilt too far, F is for your throttle curve adjustments, T is for your analysis, and U is for your charge rate. Then it'll go back to B. So if you see a 0, that means it's off. So this means that B0, the brake regen function is off on the lever, is what I'm assuming. So what that means is when you touch your back brake, if you have regen, your back brake will activate the motor to slow you a little bit. Different to the coast mode. So this is your brake mode. Coast mode is when you back off 0 throttle, the level will dictate how much regen you get in your coasting. Like a 4-stroke, when you back off, it will want to stop you. Okay, so we're in the brake mode. Now, if I hit this right-hand button, the ready button, it will toggle me up. So I'm going to put that up to 5. I like a lot of regen. I'm going to hit the left-hand one again, take me to the coast mode. On the coast mode, I can take that up to 5 as well. ASR, traction control, I don't normally use. This one here is brake cuts. I do not like them, so 0 brake cuts are off. This one, tilt mode, is off, which is good. Throttle curves I haven't worked with before. Analysis I'm not too sure, and that's the fastest charge setting, so I think it's 1.1 kilowatts, which means it'll be just under 4 hours to charge on 240 volt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to test this out. Reasonable hill here. I'm going to take that off, get my ready going. I'm going to roll down this hill and just see how fast it goes. So now I've got level 5 on the E mode, which is coast, and we'll see how fast it gets up to. So we're up to 32 kilometers an hour, 33 maximum, and we'll just see where we stop. So I would consider this, even though that's the hardest or highest setting, I'd consider that medium to light regen. On my comp bikes I run a lot more, because what you really need to do is recapture that energy. Now remember, with regen braking, that if your battery is fully charged, you won't get it. You need to have less than 95% battery charge for your regen to work. That's the protection of the battery. So if you're fully charged, you go out, you expect your regen, yeah, you won't get it. It'll only work under that threshold 95. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to change the setting. I'm going to change it down to 0, 0. 0 side stand down. Okay, so this one here will make that 0, and this one here will make that 0. So that's 0 regen braking on the brake lever and 0 on the coast, and we'll do the same thing. Now last time we got up to 33 kilometers an hour. Let's just see how fast we go this time without the regen. Quite a large difference. Now, depends on what you like doing, but truthfully I like the regen because you're trying to recapture as much power as you can. When you accelerate, you're going to use 5, 6, 10, 12 kilowatts of energy. So when you de-accelerate just as quickly, you're assuming you're going to use a lot of energy as well by putting your brakes on. It just goes to heat. So if you can get that energy back into your battery, you're going to ride further. Now generally you're not going to capture as much energy in your battery through regen. The reason is that the batteries have a limit. Normally they don't like more than 1 C charge rate, so there are limitations to how much or how fast you can put energy back into a battery. You can let energy out of a battery quicker than getting energy into the battery. So there is limitations. So I think that's a good test. So on level 5 we hit out at 33, 34k an hour. Without it, we got up to 49, 50k. So big difference. So in the bush, what the difference it makes is you go further with regen on, plus you get less forearm pump because you're not always relying on squeezing your brakes to slow down. So personally, I'd prefer more regen than this bike's giving me. But at least it's got some. In the last event I had it on a low setting or no, and it was terrible. I hated it. So that was my major criticism of the Ultra B. I'd have to say now it's definitely one of my favorite bikes, and after seeing it keep up with all the the competition two-stroke bikes, this bike is going to be really good. I'm looking for a few more faults, and I'm sure there are. Definitely the wheels, we've got to change those, but everything else has been holding up pretty well. One little thing I did find, I also had a problem with the ready switch, and I actually found out what the problem was. When I'd come off, the throttle rolled, and there's a flat section here. With the flat section, the switch goes all the way in, but if the throttle is in a different position, it prevents the switch going in. And that's all it was. It wasn't a faulty switch, it was just the throttle was in the wrong position. So I hope that helps. I'll put the list of the codes in the comments, and if you've got any questions or there's something else you want to know about the Ultra B, let us know. We'd like to do some more testing and get as much information gathered as we can, and see if there's some other better parts we can make for them, etc. But so far it's a really good bike. Looking forward to getting some more time on it.